This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Looking to buy your first car or home? Understanding your FICO score is key to achieving your life goals. Knowing your FICO scores helps you apply for loans with confidence and avoid surprises. With MyFICO, you get access to your FICO score, credit reports, 24/7 monitoring, and alerts on the go. Take the mystery out of your score and get your FICO score for free today. Visit myfico.com/free. That's myfico.com/free and discover the score lenders use most.
Last night we were sitting on the couch watching TV, and that baby would not stop
moving
flipping.
around.
Like, it looks like she's just in there doing barrel rolls,
right?
Just rolling over and over and over.
My kid was a dick. Anytime I tried to touch Katie's belly, he would like go to sleep.
Really?
Oh, he was the worst. As much as I look at farming and think, man, I'd love to be a farmer.
Where did that rank on your aspirations?
Good question. Now, if you want
Mailman's still number one?
Oh, for sure.
Even over Corn Man?
I don't know how much Corn Man pays. But if it's a living wage, Corn Man sounds like a hell of a job for me.
You going out to dinner?
What the hell is this, a date? I'm not 15 and Cinnaminson wanting to have a kid. I know where these things lead for you hoodlums on the East Coast.
Back home, all it took was a haunted house, maybe a ride on the Zipper at the local carnival, a Sunday morning spent with Larry Ferrari. All right, an early heads up. We're pissed.
Yeah, let's rip the Band-Aid right off before we try to replicate. Well, and I don't even want to say that because we haven't even really said what's happened. Well, people know by now if you follow us on social media. But yeah, Steve, let's get it all out on the table.
All right, it is Saturday, September 14th, 2019, the year of our Lord.
What's that? Wait a minute.
It's the Steve and Kyle podcast.
That's neither the normal record date nor the date that we already recorded, Steve.
Yeah, just 2 days ago, 2 short days ago, I said it is Thursday, September 12th, I believe was the day.
Yep.
It was Thursday, right? It wasn't Wednesday?
It was Thursday.
Yeah, it was Thursday.
I'd never record on 9/11.
Never forget.
Terrible luck.
Yeah, we were sitting down here in the basement, APS 4.0, recording. I had actually sent you a text earlier in the day saying, hey, just a heads up, we're having some power issues. A bad storm had gone through the night before.
Yeah.
And hours after the storm passed, our power went out. Like, the storm was at 7 p.m. And then at, I think 2 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, our power went out. So I woke up for work, no power. Just doing it again.
Boy, maybe this is going to be...
Hold on. What? Cover your ears. We better?
Fixed.
All right.
Boy, that's eerie because that's deja vu.
I know.
At the exact same time.
This is weird. This is really weird.
The exact same thing happened. Now, I'm sure you heard that, but that was Steve's microphone cable not plugged in 100%.
Little buzzing. So, yeah, I woke up for work on Thursday morning. There was no power. And our power didn't come back on until after, I think it was 12:30 or so in the afternoon. It finally came back on. So at that point, I sent you a text. I said, power's back. We are good to go.
There were alternative plans even being made.
Yeah,
we were going to literally uproot this solidly built, studio of ours and maybe bring it to my house.
I would have had to unscrew the board.
Oh, there's no question. The board's coming with.
Bring it with us. And but yeah, so at 12:30, the power came back on, and I was like, all right, cool, we're good. Everything's good. And sent you a text, and you're like, all right, I'll be there in a little bit. So you got here a couple hours later, and we were recording.
Oh, God, were we ever.
We were chugging along 43 minutes and 33 in.
I'm going to say it. In that 43:37 was our best 20 minutes ever.
You think? Now, were they
Separated.
All together? Okay, so
separated. So it was like a really good minute, and then 3 minutes of trash.
A couple good
and then
seconds of laughter.
Yeah, and then a couple more really good minutes.
Right.
And then, towards the end, we had a really good run. And
we were on a roll.
Yeah.
We were doing great. And then pitch black.
So I don't
Thrown
even
into
know.
darkness again.
What happened? Like,
I have no idea.
did they just have a clamp, on 2 wires,
Right.
holding it together, and something happened? Like, a squirrel came and knocked it off?
Or is it like when I'm doing a project around the house and I inevitably kick out the extension cord
Yeah.
like 15 times throughout that project?
So 43 minutes of content this past week. Well, recorded this past week. Mm-hmm. Lost to the ether.
Gone.
Never.
Completely.
Now, we tried. We looked. It's the system we have to record here. It's not primitive by any means, but it's a little, for what we have, it's a bit convoluted,
But
and there's no backup, really.
But it's always been so consistent because we've been using this setup for probably, of the 165 episodes, I bet 140 of them,
Right.
150 of them, we've been using it and we've never had an issue. And this was just a case because the little machine that we record into, it doesn't record directly into a computer for a myriad of reasons
Right.
that are not even worth talking about. So we have this little recorder. It's basically an old camera, like an old video camera, but you can also just record audio too.
It's the same camera that I used as an intern.
Yeah.
on the side gig.
Yeah.
When I would go out and try to covertly videotape your coworkers pulling shenanigans in public. I actually probably use that exact same camera.
Yep.
The time Joe, what did he even do at the coffee shop? He was doing some. It's still on the website. I guarantee it. It's in the 2010 era.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, I use that exact same camera, but we've repurposed it for our own use because those are. Are those irrelevant now for video
definitely.
recording purposes? Phones.
It's essentially a flip cam.
Yeah.
Remember flip cams?
Yeah.
But it's not the flip variety. It's a different camera, but it has. The reason we got that one is because it has really good microphones, picks up really good sound. So we're using it to record this podcast. So we have a cable that runs into it, and then it's simply plugged into the wall. Yep. It also has AA batteries in it, so when you're out on the street recording,
Yep.
you got you're not tethered to the wall, obviously, but those batteries are probably the same batteries that I bet you put in before that
2010.
exact stunt in 2010.
And now, is that a little bit on us? Absolutely. But I think, like, the last time I read, I think all the studies say, like, batteries last in your smoke detector for 10 years.
Yeah.
So what's the problem with leaving the AA's in the recorder that gets used once a week?
It never even occurred to me to swap out those batteries.
Well, up until this morning, honestly, and it was dumb on our part, we didn't even know.
Yeah.
We can't, does that have battery backup? And we had to, flip the thing around and look. And obviously it does.
Right,
yes.
but I thought that it was one of the ones that, you plug into a computer and charge it. Like, it doesn't have removable batteries.
Yeah.
So, but again, that we should have thought about that, too. So when the power went out, the camera turned off, and I had a brief moment of thinking, it's flash storage, though. It's constantly saving. So we popped the memory card out of it, threw it in my computer, and I saw, hey, look, there's one file on there. And opened up that file in the audio program, and it was just nothing. Nothing at all.
Literally the file that had started, but until we click stop, it doesn't save the actual, which, again, is an oversight in this process that we're talking about remedying. And we'll backtrack a little bit because this isn't the first time this week now in a possible overreaction on our part to something that's happened rarely. Because, Steve, the first time the power went out, middle of the night for you, Thursday, you were saying on Thursday, and now there's a couple ways we can go about this. So let me ask you now.
The fact that you're calling it an overreaction, already fuming from the inside because of your words.
How do we want to play this now, Steve? Do we want to simply act like this is the first time you're going to tell this story?
Right, because I went into great detail just 2 days ago.
Yeah. Do you want me to wipe it clean? You want me to give myself the Men in Black
here.
memory eraser?
Here, look right
there.
Look right at that.
Oh,
Hey, Kyle.
hey, Steve. So fill me in. So we were.
I nearly made a very big impulse purchase the other day.
I don't know if I'd say that's like you.
It's definitely not. No,
because normally
anything,
it took you 16 months to decide on a shed. You went from pole barn to shed. You ended up with, Amish curated wood from the Ozarks.
Yep.
I don't know if there's Amish in the Ozarks, but if they are, they're definitely curating wood.
There's Amish everywhere. We can agree on that.
You saying there's an Amish invasion?
No, but anywhere you go, I'm sure you could dig up an Amish person.
Was there? You grew up in. It wasn't urban.
No, I grew up in a typical suburb.
Okay. But was there ever like a neighboring town, or like if you drove a half hour out of town, be like, oh yeah.
Oh, there's definitely Amish country around there.
Right. And because it was Cinnaminson, New Jersey. But
not so much in New Jersey, more in Pennsylvania, because there's the Pennsylvania Dutch.
I was going to say, what is that town in Pennsylvania too? It's like, isn't there a few like major ones that are known for their Amish presence?
Probably. Yeah, I don't. But I remember we would, it wouldn't be uncommon if you were driving through Pennsylvania to see horse and buggy. Because
I remember I drive through one of my favorite towns to visit in America is Gettysburg. When you drive out there, you drive through.
Yeah, places a hoot.
The majority of Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And there's towns, and it was weird to me because my understanding of Amish culture was that they do not really want to interact with the outside world if you're not a part of their community. But that might be wrong.
Yeah, they definitely interact with people outside of their.
Yeah, but they're not like making friends. They're not going to dinner over at the local house with all the bells and whistles in their home. So when I'm driving through this town and I see in the mid 2000s or 2010s, take an Amish buggy ride.
Yeah, see, they'll interact with you there because they're providing a service.
But
just like they build barns or raise animals to sell at the market or whatever.
But is that like a new awareness for them? Like, hey, people seem to be a little bit intrigued by our culture, so we should capitalize on that?
I don't think that's anything new. I think that's a story old as time.
Now, when do they send their kids out on Rumspringa?
15 or 16.
Okay, so I did get that right.
Rumspringa?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they send them out into the world for, I think, a year.
Think we got any former Amish listening?
Boy, I'd love to hear from a former
Amish
Amish
would
person.
love to get some Amish insight. Maybe, preferably someone who went through Rumspringa.
I want a full-on Amish episode.
Because
how the hell?
In reality TV,
my shed. Amish
Amish curated wood. Which is that a thing? Do you curate wood?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But boy, imagine that on a business card.
If somebody did, it would probably be the Amish.
Like, hey, Steve, I manage the Amish curated furniture store down the road.
We have any wood curators listening?
Well, yeah, we're still waiting on a plaquist for our plaque that we need to just drop in the yard of the shambles of C.G. Johnson's childhood home.
But we digress. We digress, and then we digress once again.
But before we get we do need to say, if you are or you know somebody who is Amish, and I don't know how to phrase that, is Amish or were Amish, because you essentially have the choice to leave, right?
Yeah, I think that if you leave, though,
you can't come back.
Yeah, I believe you're shunned.
That's it. They shut the big wooden doors, obviously curated wood, behind you as you walk out.
Yeah.
And that's the last sight of your family and community you'll ever see until you forget about them when you're at the local bar,
pounding down some
enjoying
some 40s, some old English 40s.
That might be my most wanted interview right now, and I say that because it's the thing we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
But that might be
2 days when somebody tweets like, "Hey, I'm Amish. When can I call you?" And you're gonna be like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, we're not gonna have time to get to it.
But we digress, and we digress again. So a couple days ago, when the power went out, it was my latest kick was got to get a generator.
But and again, you are a guy who you look into things. You're not willing. I mean,
I don't just go to the store, say, oh, $200, I'll take it.
Right.
I find that thing, I go online, I look it up, I read reviews, find out if there's like a common problem with it, if an issue everyone's having. How's it work in cold weather? Because we have a lot of cold weather here. What about, can I leave it out in the rain if it's raining when the power goes out?
Well, on average, but how many quotes before hiring out a project? About how many quotes do you get?
Couple.
Because of with the tree service, it was 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. How many did you try to get? Now, granted, they all didn't work with the overpriced windows that Jake's dad built.
Yeah, we had 4. I think 4 estimates.
Safe to say you do your due diligence.
Yeah, it's one thing if I'm going out to buy a $50 drill.
Right.
Look it up. Okay, reviews look decent. I'll buy it. But yeah, if you're going to be spending a lot of money on something, then I think that you owe it to yourself to do a little bit of research. So, got home from work that day and the power was out. I was really bumming because Annette's mom had just been here 2 days earlier.
Sure.
She stopped by the house and because she was in town for something, so Annette said, hey, my mom's going to stop by the house on Monday afternoon. All right, cool. Sounds good. She was just going to stop by and say hi. Well, she stops by and she drags in this massive cooler and it is filled, absolutely stuffed with like meals that she has prepared for us.
Oh, it's the best, man.
For when the baby comes.
My mother-in-law did that too, and
so there are 6 or 7 Pyrex dishes. She's like, do you have room in your freezer? And I'm like, we are going to make room in the freezer. So I shifted everything around, and we have so much food in there. Like, we probably have 2 weeks worth of food for, like, 2 weeks worth of dinners for after the baby's born, which is incredible. Like, I couldn't thank her enough for that. That was so sweet of her. And I was feeling pretty good about that. And then the power goes out. And the power's out for, at this point, it had been nearly 10 hours. And that was my first thought was, oh, crap, all that stuff in the freezer is going to go bad. Like milk or orange juice or whatever in the fridge, I don't care about that. It's
a couple bucks and you're
no problem. Yeah. You had graciously sent me a text offering up, because you guys have like a chest freezer, and you said, hey, we got room in there if you need to put anything in there. And I was like, that's awesome. Thank you very much. So,
and again, it needs to be said, though, the offer was made, but important to note that you said power's out, and my first thought was podcast. And it was like 3 hours later, I was like, wait a second. I have two fridge freezers in my house.
Yeah.
And a deep freeze. Why didn't I think of this to begin with?
It's all right.
But I wanted to make sure this content gets out to the masses.
Like priority is making the masses laugh.
We've got yucks to provide.
Yeah. Sometimes multiple. Sometimes yucks.
A couple of folks waiting for those yucks.
Yeah.
And it's important that we deliver on a schedule.
So I was online and I'm decided to look up the cost of a generator.
Yeah, and listen, those things go from, tiny to huge. So
yeah, you can have like the little campsite one that lets you charge your phones and do little other essentials.
For what you need here, run a few essentials on it.
Yeah.
The fridge and freezer.
My main concern was the fridge.
Yeah. And
figured if I could get the fridge up and running, everything else, and maybe have like one other extension cord that I can just kind of run through the house and attach a lamp to it and just carry it through, that would be great. But that was quickly sidetracked because then I fell into the world of whole home generators.
I need a little explanation because that's not like, and I know why websites do it, but let's say you go to the big box store site, you're scrolling, and I know the generic listing when you click on generators, they're going to give you recommended or best sellers.
Yeah.
And maybe 1 or 2 of those are on there. But I know you, Steve, and I know me, and I know 99% of the population is quickly clicking that arrow and clicking sort, price, low to high.
Yeah.
Okay? So did you click
high to
the
low.
Wrong one?
Click high to low, maybe?
Because at what point does it go from just got to get the fridge up and running for these meals to boy, having everything back would be nice, and I just have to, maybe drill a few holes in the outside concrete, the foundation, and run cable, whatever. How does that step by step happen? Because
I get excited.
Are you just itching because you had kind of allotted some money to the pole barn that wasn't, and so
it's just sitting there.
You're just staring at it. You're like, I know I have the money, but what if I don't want the money? I need another amenity. Then now let's say you sold this house tomorrow. Not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're thinking about posting it. Yeah, it'll be up. It'll be posted by tomorrow.
Would that be something that would be in the listing?
Oh, absolutely.
So so let's say you spend out. Now, give me a price range, Steve. I have no idea. Are these a couple $1,000, $10,000?
I went to the website of Costco. I'll just say it. I went to Costco's website. They have one there for $5,000.
Because when you're thinking whole home backup, you're thinking bulk sales.
Thinking Costco. Yeah, I mean, I'll just buy 12 of them.
You just get one for each side of the house. Right. No, honey, you need the left generator.
No, I think. I don't know. I think installed, you're probably looking at $6,000, $7,000 by the time it's all said and done. Because you got to have the the gas company has to shut off lines, and you have to run lines to it and everything. So I got to hire a plumber. Got to hire an electrician. Yeah.
Now it's impossible to estimate, but let's say right now you sold this house with $100,000, just to a round number, but tomorrow, you've got the whole home generator hooked up to the side, fully wired, plumbed, whatever you need from all the professionals. Because
I want the one that has the automatic switchover. You don't have to touch anything.
So the power it might flicker for a second, but that's
the power go out. It'll be off for about 3 seconds, and then boom, you hear that.
So you want it
humming away.
You want it to where the local hospital has to call Steve for some power.
Every one of my neighbors to look at our house and be like,
listen,
man.
We'll get to your neighbors in a moment.
Smart people.
We'll get to your neighbors in a moment because I have some questions and some concerns.
Okay.
So $100,000 today, whole home generator backup installed tomorrow, cost you, let's say, $7,000, $7,500.
Yeah.
How much would you how much does that add to the listing? Would you then add $2,000-$3,000?
I don't know. That's not something I would that is in my expertise. That would be up to the realtor.
Because I think you're right. I have
no idea.
But I don't. I mean, is that listed under the amenities section? Under the addition, or is that listed right in the main blurb?
If I'm looking for a house and I see has a whole home generator,
sure,
with automatic cutover or switchover, whatever it's called, that one's maybe going up a few in my ranking.
No, I don't want to lump you in with a group that maybe you don't identify with. So I apologize in advance. But I feel like if you do whole home generator, you then also have to install a bunker.
Oh boy, that would be nice. I do love bunkers.
And just a safe room.
We have one.
When
that's the new studio. I decided to divert funds.
When you sell this house, people need to be reading oh man, that looks like a really nice family house. I mean, but then they need to get to the features, and it's whole home generator, safe room, nuclear bunker with 18 months of non-perishable items.
Yeah, but we don't call it a bunker. We call it a bug-out room. And it's got a periscope in it.
Oh, good. Yeah, well, you need to be able to see what either the zombie invasion or the Ruskies are up to on ground level. Because Steve is now apparently going to live through Red Dawn.
Yeah, I'm a prepper. I've become a prepper. Yeah.
And and then you got to get rid of your chain link fence. Got to get as high of a fence as this county will allow you.
We're building a dome.
Yep.
All around this house.
Yeah, and then constant drone coverage to make sure nothing's on your property.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Steve the prepper is going to get the whole home generator and begin the transformation of this home into a government safe house where they can store politicians.
Man, I really want that generator.
So you're still now you've lived here 2 years?
Yeah,
it'll be 2 years in a month,
yeah,
right?
A couple of weeks.
How many times the power gone out? Like not just like a flicker on off, but like, more than a couple hours.
More than a couple hours, probably 3. And 2 of them were the other day.
How long have been extended, like longer than?
I don't.
I guess what I'm asking.
Yeah, it's hard to. Yeah, I know what you're asking. Is it worth it?
Well, no. Listen, we can all agree.
Is the juice worth the squeeze?
We can all agree it's not. Okay, that's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is because a generator is not an impractical item.
No.
But what I'm saying is unless it's out for an extended period of time, wouldn't the small one
suffice?
Be okay?
Yeah, probably.
But this is big boy Steve with the big tire Jeep out in the driveway doesn't want to do things small.
Well, no, not that's not the case. But I do have some concerns for, like, if I have a generator, my power goes out, it's not as simple as it just works.
Sure. Listen, obviously this method of $7,000 of where it flips on automatically.
Don't have to do anything.
Is the easiest solution.
Yes. And I like that solution for, say, I'm not here. I'm out of town for a couple of days.
Sure.
And Annette and the baby are here. Bad storm rolls through. Power goes out. I don't want her to have to go out into the shed.
Right. Get a can of gas.
Yeah, exactly. Put gas into a generator. Start the thing up. Run extension cords through the house. I'd rather it just be done.
Okay. Now, how far along in the planning process on Thursday did you get? Was the idea of the whole home generator floated to your wife and mother to be Annette?
Relatively soon. I remember sending her a text when I got home saying, I think we really need to look into a generator. And she said, okay, how much do they normally cost? I was like, I don't know. I think you can get one for like $500.
Sure.
But I'm really interested in the whole home generator.
Did the question come up about how much is that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
she is well aware.
Okay. I didn't know if this was one of your plans.
One of those things where it's like, it's probably like for
or maybe you get her to the store, and you're looking at them and you see the small one. Like, yeah, that would work. I mean, and then you start framing it the way you need to frame it, which is, we just have to, trudge out in the rainstorm to go get a can of gas in the shed and, hope there's, hold a flashlight in your mouth so you can see the lock, unlock, and then get the can of gas, get through the cobwebs in the
snow
shed.
Could be 2 feet deep, and you got to shovel your way out
you
there.
got to bring it back up, and you hope the baby doesn't need to eat at that point, and then get the can. Oh, you got to get the generator on, out from under the the attic or whatever, or on the top of the garage, and run the cords, to what you're going to plug into, and then pour the gas in, and then. Well, why don't you here, Annette? Why don't you give the cord a rip? See, could you start this? Like if I'm out of town, and then obviously because there's nothing in there, it's going to be very difficult to pull anyway.
Yeah,
she can't.
Yeah.
Well, maybe let's just look at a couple different brands, and then you slowly walk around the corner of the aisle to the big unit.
Yeah, it's called Golden Power 4000.
Can you pull that cord? Oh, wait.
Oh, there is no cord.
One. So you're watching The Office, and then it maybe flickers, and then The Office keeps playing. Huh.
That's weird.
Boy, I don't know what's that. I mean, $80 a month for 45 years, and we're
I didn't even think about the possibility of financing.
Oh, you finance that? You kick that payment down to your baby girl's college fund.
I like this. Oh, man, I've gotten some good ideas from this podcast.
Okay, so on a gorgeous, sunny, mid-70-degree day today, it is still on the forefront of your mind to get a whole home. Okay, give me, to put a bow on this discussion, give me some percentages of 2 things. Odds that you're going to buy a generator in the very near future.
Of any size?
Of any size.
Okay.
And then odds that if you buy a generator, it would be whole home.
Okay.
Call the electrician, call the plumber. Yeah. And I already know what you're thinking because we know a couple of electricians. And if I know you,
I've spoken to them
probably
already.
Know a plumber.
I've spoken to the electricians already.
We know, we ourselves know, kind of a home contractor who builds his own homes. Probably have some insight, maybe some assistance.
Yep.
Give me those odds.
Okay, odds that we will buy a generator.
Yep.
85%.
So you're in right now.
I think it's smart to have something.
So this is
a couple $100, something that'll run the refrigerator, and maybe a couple of outlets or a couple of lights or something.
So the stage we're at right now is Steve on the honeymoon obsessing over garage door openers. Equivalent to that.
Look, I wasn't obsessing. I know a good deal when
You
I see
had
it.
your newlywed wife next to you by a pool in the Bahamas, and you're on your iPhone,
first of all,
paying for Wi-Fi or data in the Bahamas.
The most offensive thing that you said.
Oh, sorry, not the Bahamas.
Is that we were in the Bahamas.
I apologize. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be associated. With those people.
We were in Sandals, Jamaica.
Oh wow, I've heard of that. Where is that?
Well, the specific region we were in was Ocho Rios, which is on the northern coast.
What does that even mean?
It means 8 Rioses.
That feels like all of the Rioses.
That's all of them. Every one of the Rioses.
And you said it's on the northern side?
Northern side.
That's good. I've only heard bad things about the southern side.
The rest of the place is a dump.
I heard the southern side's close to the Bahamas, and you know what they say about those people.
Hurricanes hit them.
Hurricanes hit them a lot. Did you check in with your family at the at Sandals? Did you check in with your Sandals family to make sure?
I didn't check in with them.
You didn't send a message to the man who serenaded you?
Still one of the most awkward experiences ever.
If you haven't heard that would be after the wedding, so that would be about you went over Christmas in 2017.
That would have been January. Yeah, go back to January of 2018, probably one of the first episodes from January of 2018. In the description, it'll no doubt say Steve's recap from his honeymoon in Jamaica.
And I would argue, because I would argue that right now, Generator Steve is less offensive than Garage Door Steve, because right now Generator Steve, you've got the power outage of Thursday and the disastrous feeling of the podcast being swept away in the immediate rear view.
Yeah.
Whereas at Sandals, Jamaica, you had a pool and drinks and your wife.
Look, man, she was reading a book by the pool.
God, you guys are romantics. She probably had a biography on John Wayne Gacy. And you're sitting here asking her about Ryobi openers.
You think I should get the one with the app or no?
Good God. I don't know. You guys are having a kid.
Well, I could teach you where babies come from, but I feel as though you should know that by now.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, it appeared by honeymoon, which was 5 weeks after marriage.
We'd already lost interest in each other.
Romance was dead.
No.
She realized that,
Look, man, you got to live your normal life at some point.
She realized at that point that the Steve that was visiting Wayne Dreamboat on a temporary basis was already gone.
Yeah.
The dream of a size 32 pantsuit for the wedding was well gone.
32? What are you, crazy?
Did you have a goal in mind?
For pant size?
Yeah.
Like, no, I think I had a weight I had a weight loss goal.
So I know a lot of people go by like, I want to lose inches or whatever around the waist. Okay.
No.
But you had the weight loss goal that you wanted to get to before your tuxedo.
Goal. Yeah, that didn't happen. It was close, I think. I don't know. Why worry about the past?
5 weeks into marriage, they're reading serial killer bios and searching for a garage opener. Okay, but we digress. So 85% that a generator is happening. Now, is this generator going to happen pre-baby?
Well, I don't know. Hell, man, baby could be born by the time this episode is out.
That's what I mean. Like, is it that?
I don't know.
Is it that immediate on your mind that you're like, hey, let's check the Sunday ads?
Well, the fact that the baby, because in the past, when the power's gone out, I've never really thought about it that much. And I've always thought, that sucks. We're going to lose some stuff in the fridge. And hopefully the pipes don't burst if it's over the winter. But now that the baby is like days away, I feel like, and I'm sure you went through this too, where you kind of look at everything a little bit differently because you're not just thinking for yourself and your wife anymore.
Right.
Now it's like, oh, there's going to be another living being in this house.
Right.
Because if the power goes out over the winter and it drops down to 50 degrees in the house, uncomfortable, yes, but I can put a sweatshirt on and
You're fine.
Throw an extra blanket on the bed.
Yeah.
not so easy for the baby. So before baby, I don't know, maybe. If I haven't really set a date on that yet.
Because
but I was literally walking out the door.
Sure.
I had found the one that I wanted. I had made a couple calls.
Yeah, we didn't get to that point. Sorry.
To see if they had them in stock, and was walking through my garage when I noticed the light kick on over, like the overhead light came on.
Trust me when I tell you, by the way, that story is much more dramatic when we had a little more time on Thursday.
Yeah.
The build was to that idea. We got sidetracked with new details here today. So,
but I was walking through the garage. The light kicked on in the overhead door opener, and I almost ignored it because it's a motion light. So when you walk into the garage, the light automatically comes on. So I'm so used to that happening.
Yeah, that's the norm in your life is that the light kicks on.
So I got out. I'm walking. I'm putting putting my hand on the door to open it to get into my car, and then I thought, wait, the light's on. What the? Run back in there, go in the house. All the power's back on. And I was like, hey, power's back on. I don't need a generator. Just sat down on the couch, started watching TV.
But now you're back.
Now I'm back.
Now you're back.
Yeah, I'm back in.
Okay.
Back in, man.
So 85% that it's good that you're going to get a generator. So now here's the big question.
Yeah.
Because obviously the price difference is about, it's tenfold.
Yeah, I think...
10 times. I don't want to make anybody angry. Any mathematicians. It's not tenfold.
Now, I didn't really look into the whole home generators as in-depth as the smaller ones. Because I know I can get a small portable one for between $300 and $700. It seems like that's kind of the range. And but I just need one that's powerful enough to run the refrigerator. Let's see. Now, what was the other question?
What is the percentage chance that it'll be a whole home?
Oh boy, 40.
Wow.
I think what I might do is
minutes before. I'm sorry.
I think I might start off buy just a regular one. See if that thing, because if it works, if I buy a small one and it works great, then I might just be happy with that.
Do you want to record next week on the generator and just see how she works?
Like as the bulldozer is digging the trench lines in my yard?
No, I'm thinking because like you just said, you might buy a small one, see how it works.
Yeah.
So maybe we buy a small one, and that's gone. Just flip all the breakers off. We'll hook only our podcast equipment up to the generator and see how she goes.
Yeah. Now I got to buy one by next week.
So your idea? Well, you just said it's good. It might be in hours.
It could be. No. I meant the baby might be born in hours.
Right, but maybe you're sitting here, Saturday night. You're obviously romance is dead, so you're, hey, you want to go take a walk around Costco? It might help the.
I might have some good free samples
baby
tonight.
Spin, and punch you and want to come out. Let's go. Let's hit the road. That's how it works, right? Walk and the baby spin, and they just do like loop-de-loops, and then they start like door knocking to be born.
Yeah.
I took a class.
We didn't.
I know how those work.
Oh, boy.
I'm glad you're here then. I'm glad I'm able to educate you.
So
40%. Okay.
There's a good chance.
I can't wait.
I think it's a smart investment.
I'm going to be over here who knows? I might be here next week, might not be. But the next time I'm over, be seeing bulldozers digging out where this thing's going to be based.
All right.
You're going to be pouring a concrete slab, probably next to your air conditioner, right?
Yeah.
And, you'll do that yourself, though, right? You'll do the concrete yourself?
No, I mean, I got to save some money,
All right. Go get, what do you need, 4 bags of Quickcrete?
Sure.
You just build like a little wood box, right? Where
a little, build some forms.
That's all you need?
And then just dump it in.
That's how it goes, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right. Level it out. Use one of those fancy, sticks to give it the grooves. Boom. Yep. So Steve's already saving money on this. I can't wait to tell Annette that you're already saving her money on this project.
She's going to be thrilled.
She's going to be so excited. And then you obviously don't pay your friend electricians $1. Just put a 12-pack in the fridge or a handle of whiskey.
Yep.
And say,
Maybe
hey.
I'll get them both. I'll get them both over here.
Yeah. Double
see
up.
See if they can work together. Can electricians
work together? I don't know.
Is that like against their the electricity
union code?
Yeah. Because like one of them does. Actually, no, they both do more commercial. Oh, I bet they probably know each other already.
Oh, you think they've run into each other on a site?
Yeah.
You know, one of
What are you working on? The freezer?
Yeah, we'll get the AC current copper wire run down there at the new hotel. Does that electrician speak at all? Yeah, that's how electricity works.
So yeah.
I'm excited for you.
It's gonna. Yeah, of course you're excited for me because when your power's out for 3 days,
I'm not coming over here.
And your house is down to 2 degrees.
You know why I'm not coming over here?
Why?
You'll have already invited 18 of your neighbors in.
Of course.
And that's what I want to get to here. There's a lot of things I want to get to today that we're just not going to have time for. I apologize.
All right, this is a Kyle is about to blow things out of proportion alert.
So we're sitting here. The power goes out.
Yeah.
On Thursday, and we spend legitimately the video on social media at Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Steve posted it. It was recorded 90 seconds after your power went out.
If that.
That's as authentic a reaction as you could possibly get. I texted
we were
you
so bummed.
I texted you a day later, 1 day later, saying I still feel so sad.
Yeah, because I truly believe that was our best content ever.
Again, 20 of the best minutes of all time lost to the ether. Mm-hmm. So we're down here for what would you say, 2 to 4 minutes before we wandered upstairs?
No, it was probably a little bit longer than that because we had tried to recover that file real quick.
Oh, right.
And
it did not give us enough ample time, obviously.
Maybe 10 minutes.
It didn't give us I think you're overestimating it. And I think I know why you're overestimating it because of what I'm about to say. We didn't even make it to the door here.
Yeah.
Let alone the steps to go upstairs.
Right.
Before I hear you say, someone's here.
Yeah, because I heard the dogs going wild upstairs.
And that's the sign, right?
Lola was barking. And and I know that Annette had a long day at work. Mm-hmm. It's her next to last day at work. So I wanted to...
So she's officially done now.
She's done. Yeah. Last day of work was yesterday.
I think she'll go back in tomorrow. Maybe save some of that time off in case the...
No. No, sure don't.
Okay. You think she'll change her mind Monday morning? A little bored?
Nope.
So, head on out of the shop. Head on down to the shop?
Nope. No, I don't see that happening.
So maybe.
So I wanted to... So I was like, who's upstairs?
You're going to take care of it.
Yeah, I wanted to go upstairs because I know that we have a little gate that keeps the dogs in the living room. But if there's somebody at the door, so I go through that gate 50 times a day and the dogs don't react at all.
Sure.
They may walk up to it. But if they know there's someone at the door,
they
are incredible at, even if you open that door.
Nose is in.
Like 2 inches.
Yep.
Yeah. Nose is in. And then it's right on through.
And let alone in between the legs, which with Annette, I don't know if you've heard, she's pregnant.
She is.
Do you know?
My baby?
Listen, we've recapped the honeymoon. I don't know.
Oh, no.
It is.
Oh, boy, that would be a long pregnancy.
It is the definition of TBD.
Yeah, so I get a good look at that kid.
Yeah, and, there's all this joy in the delivery room, from Annette and everything, and you're just over there.
Why is the baby Asian?
Kind of spinning her around. That's not where my hair parts. Or it's definitely not my nose. Whatever. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're going upstairs to try to see. And Annette has already made it to the door and outside.
She is, yeah.
And
she's talking to the new neighbor from across the street who walked over with their little girl.
Caitlin with a Y.
That is not her name.
Justin with a Y. Caitlin with a Y. Super millennials.
Justin with a Y.
That's how I refer to him in my personal...
But it's not the Y in place of an I. It's like Jyustin.
Yeah. But it's silent. And every time you mention, you like, hey, Justin, it's with a Y. That's what he said.
Jyustin.
And the same thing with his wife, Caitlin, but the Y isn't where you'd normally put it.
Yeah.
It's between the T and the L.
Yeah.
And again, maybe silent, but she's going to tell you about it
every single time. Yeah. So this is Caitlin with 2 Ys. Yeah. She's coming up to the door, and this is. I don't want to say it's a dumb question, but I already knew what she was there for. Because I kind of hung back. Obviously, I don't know this person, so I'm not going to go out there and just, walk past her and be a jerk.
Right, yeah. I mean, why interact with anyone?
So I kind of lay back in the hallway. I'm trying to calm Lola down a little bit, and she's having none of it. Just wants to tell intruder to get out.
She wants to... That, or she wants to be best friends.
Yes.
Depending, it could be either.
You don't know, and you're not going to know until she gets you and sniffs you.
Yeah.
That's when the determining factor is made. So the neighbor leaves with the child. You guys come back in, and the first thing I ask you, she thinks she was the only one? And the answer was yes. Well, she didn't think that. But the question's still dumb regardless. She walked across next door, or that's across the street.
Across the street.
Across the Zach, if you will.
That's what we call it here.
Oh, yeah. Hey, honey. Heading across the Zach. Gonna go check out Justin with a Y. See what he's up to tonight.
Looks like he got a new mower. We're going to see how many horsepower it is. Stand there, drink a beer on the front lawn as he's cutting stripes.
This is a very quick digression. But that reminds me, I think my brother told you and I that story when he came and helped with the garage door for a few hours.
Yeah. He had just bought a new lawnmower.
This is my nightmare. This is my nightmare scenario. So Robert, my brother, pulls into the driveway, and he's got his truck. Sure, unhooks the back and busts out. Do they come in boxes, or are those come already built?
Yeah, I think they come in a decent size.
And you
box.
Probably have to run the hand.
Yeah, you got to put the handle. Put the handle on.
So he's sitting in the driveway, and before the box even hits the ground, he said neighbors were already over to check out the new mower. This is an affluent neighborhood.
Yeah.
Of expensive homes.
Yeah, he lives in a mansion.
Way too expensive homes. I'll say it. Who cares? Yeah, it's the 3.1 lithium ion battery there. You just gotta plug.
Oh, he's got the electric one.
Idiot.
Why?
Just a terrible purchase.
Why is that?
Just get a gas one.
Right, but why is it a bad purchase?
I don't think they're. I guess for him, for his size lawn, it makes a little sense. His backyard is pretty small. Right. In general, I think most lawns aren't going to work for those.
Boy, I don't think you're.
Really?
I don't think you're up on the current.
So the batteries are getting larger.
Yeah, because Nolan Ryan Young,
he got one too.
He's also got an. Have you seen his backyard?
Of course, it's probably a race.
His backyard.
Does that mean I got to get one now too?
Yeah, we're all in.
He's
got a massive backyard.
Okay.
And because I said to him, I was like, I'm looking at the mower, and I'm like, can you do your whole lawn on one charge? And he said he can do his whole lawn front and back twice on one charge.
Oh, okay.
I was shocked. So they're definitely getting better.
The point still stands. I'll tell you right now, if my neighbor comes home with anything, I don't care if it's a new family. I'm not going to ask.
Right. So what we've learned here is that some people are different than you.
No, some people are dumber. And it's an important distinction.
Right. Oh, that's right, because they interact with other people.
It's not interacting. Like, for God's sake, he's barely home from the store. It's like a kid waiting for their friend to be home from vacation or something. Like, oh, you think Billy's home? Like, go knocking on the door. Like looking in the windows. But they're adults, and it's a lawnmower. They've all seen one. Presumably they all have one. Well, I don't know over there. They probably just pay for service, so maybe they don't even know what that thing was. What you got there?
That thing a wagon?
That doesn't look like a person to do that job.
Is that a hot dog cart?
Again, because middle upper class people are dumb.
Okay.
So, I apologize for that. I can't imagine that, Steve. Would that happen here?
Like if you saw Justin with a Y and Caitlin with 2 Ys come in the driveway and unhook, or pop open the back of their minivan and take out a big box of whatever, are you wandering over there to see what it is?
Me personally, no, probably not.
Is that not weird to you? Is that not foreign?
Well, it's not. I don't think it's foreign. I just think that, I don't know.
It's so, I don't know if nosy's the word. They bought something. Who gives a damn?
Well, your brother's also, is your brother...
he's way too chatty.
He's pretty good friends with his
neighbors,
neighbors,
for God's sake, it's an embarrassment. I hate going over there.
So it would be weird for you in your situation because you have pretty much declared you want nothing to do with any of your neighbors.
Sure.
But for those people that are not like you, that actually are friendly with their neighbors, if my neighbor pulls up, or if I'm in my driveway, if I'm pulling in my driveway and I got a big box in the back, and my neighbor Joe is out cutting his grass, and he sees me taking this huge, massive box out of the back of my truck, and he says, "Oh, what you got there?" I'm not going to think like, that's weird.
I think that's different. I think just like...
So it's the walking over aspect?
I think it's just the coming over.
I'm just trying to figure out your psyche. But, I'm trying to figure out where the boundaries are.
But that's not odd to you.
Is there a line? Like, does the line go, does it follow property lines?
It's no...
Or is it a bubble around you?
Because, listen,
do you have like a 20-foot radius around you?
Let's say you're in a rush, Steve.
Because what if instead of being in your driveway, you're over by the the rose bush?
Why would you unload something by a rose bush?
I'm not saying you're
unloading.
unloading.
Thorns, and what would you store near your rose bush?
Maybe you're not. Maybe you've taken the box out of the car and you've walked over to the rose bush.
Okay, so now you're going to build a lawnmower by your rose bush.
It's not a lawnmower.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Say it's a rose bush presentation cabinet. Valid example.
Okay. Let me clarify then.
Yes.
In this scenario where you're unloading this gigantic box,
yes,
which is a rose bush display cabinet. Presentation cabinet. So you're taking the entire box out of your vehicle, and let's say the rose bush, so you're saying rose bush is on the property line.
Yeah, say your rose bush is on the other side of the house.
I still don't just think it's normal to just wander over and watch. That's very King of the Hilly to me. You know how they all just kind of end up in front of the fence drinking a beer together.
I think that we've proven time and time again with social media polls.
Oh no, those are inaccurate.
That you are in the minority.
No, those are inaccurate because people dislike me generally.
Well, yeah, that ding ding ding, correct,
and that's hurtful, and that's part of the reason this podcast is ending.
But people generally, I think, interact with their neighbors.
Listen, interacting is one thing. Yeah. And I think there's an important distinction of what I'm trying to explain, probably not as well as as I want to. I think if there's a long look, across the yard, like, oh, what you got there? And you say, rose bush presentation cabinet.
Yeah.
Then it's okay, what's, maybe a what's that shouted. But it's this presumption of, oh, surely they want me to be in their physical presence. Listen, you never know what maybe you're running home, you have another errand to run, you're dropping this off, whatever. The wander over and look puts the other person in a precarious situation now of, yep, there it is. Well, gotta run. Or
yeah, but no. But what you're doing is you are projecting how you would feel onto somebody else by saying that it would automatically put somebody in an uncomfortable situation.
No. I'm not thinking automatically.
Like your brother may not have felt uncomfortable in that situation.
And I guarantee you he didn't.
Right.
All I'm saying is the neighbor presuming, hey, I'm just going to wander over. That surely won't be an inconvenience. I don't like that.
Yeah, but then... Like, where do you draw that line then? Then is there just never any...
The line is you never just wander over.
But like then you could say that every...
Can I take a look?
All right. Then here's another example then. Say you're at the grocery store and you see somebody obviously they're there for a reason other than to talk to you.
Yeah,
they're there to get cereal and get bread and get milk and get out of there. So if you see them, do you not
duck down the aisle?
So there's no.
I'm trying to get the hell out of there.
All right. Yeah, this is a you problem.
Yeah, am I? Okay,
I think once you admit to that, you'll feel better.
I don't think it's just me.
You'll feel better.
I don't think it's just me, but I admit, I admittedly,
it's not just you,
right?
But in that situation, it's you.
I would argue that there is a large portion of people who, if I see somebody from high school, and it's different for you because you've moved, whatever. Mm-hmm. So if you see someone from high school here, you're probably going to chat it up because
it's strange.
But if I see someone from high school here at the grocery store, most of the time I'm just going to walk past them because I'm presuming, hey, they probably want to talk to me as little as I do them. But if it's someone who I know, oh boy, they might say hi. They might, I'm booking it down the aisle, an aisle I don't need. Like I don't need detergent this month, but I'm still going that way. Absolutely, I have no interest.
Okay.
I've long maintained, and I've said this about high school reunions. We've talked about this, I believe, and I've said these exact same words. If I went to high school with you, and I or you wanted to keep in touch after high school, it would have happened. I don't need a reconnection while my ice cream melts. I don't need a reconnection while, no doubt, the 800 people around me trying to get around are now pissed at me because 2 carts are sitting at a weird angle in the middle of a grocery store aisle. No!
So
we're in 2019. There's social media. If you wanted to say hi, every opportunity has been presented to you to do that in the last 14 years since I've graduated high school.
So I believe I asked you one time, and I'd like to ask you again. When was the last time you made a friend?
It was 9 years ago. It was you.
Because looking back, it seems like you doing that internship was a real step outside of your comfort zone.
No. It wasn't.
It doesn't seem like something you would have any interest in.
I'm in a different place in life now, right? I'm in my 30s. I'm married with a kid in a house.
A little more curmudgeon-y.
Back then, I'm in my 20s.
A little more get off my lawn.
Right, but I mean, you and I would, for crying out loud, Steve, you and I were, striking up pool bets with Army veterans at a bar on a Wednesday.
What was the quote?
You can take the girl out of the, you can take the girl out of the stripper or the strip club, but you can't take the strip club out of the girl.
Yep.
And that was regarding his soon-to-be ex-wife, the eve of his return to serve in the military overseas.
Yeah. Yep.
But
wise words.
It's a different place in life. So for me, at that point, the internship wasn't to make friends or do anything. The internship was for college credit and to move to further a possible career in the worst media possible, which is radio.
To become a radio star.
Yeah. So it's different, but it's different places in life, man. In college, if somebody from high school, if I ran into somebody at the store, maybe I'm saying hi because it's within 2 to 4 years. But now, it's been a long time. Was a freshman in 2001. Graduated in 2005. It's been 14 plus years since graduation.
Yeah, but there's
been a reunion that I purposely ignored.
Yeah, I don't know. I just look at it like, if I wanted to keep in touch with somebody, I did.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that there are plenty of people that I just completely forgot about.
Maybe.
And if I bumped into them, I'd be like, oh, why didn't we keep in touch?
But is there someone from high school right now that you could think back and go, man, I wish I'd kept in touch, and I wish, outside of Ray, I wish we were still friends.
Ray was college.
Ray was college.
Yeah.
And, okay, and I can almost answer that question. No, you don't regret keeping in touch with him.
In that specific case?
I love the mystery of this. Personally, I never want an answer, and I did, and I don't think it'll ever happen. The answer will never enter into this podcast.
As to what the rift? Oh, I thought we talked about it.
No,
I could have sworn that we did.
No, we never did.
I could have sworn that I at least dropped a little hint.
You may have. I don't ever want it revealed. I just want it known. You hate Ray. There will never be a Ray connection with Ray.
Ray, I hate. Hate's a strong word.
You wished death to him off air last time.
I absolutely did not. That is.
But
Ray came up in the course of a conversation the other day when I was texting with some friends. We had a group text, and
the name Ray came up of the Ray.
Frank said, "Hey, has anyone talked to Ray recently?" And I said, "Yeah, I just talked to him back in 2006."
Did you send him a middle finger emoji back to Frank?
I did not. Frank
Okay.
was the last one of us to actually interact with Ray.
Okay. But we digress.
We digress.
Is there anybody from high school that you look at, and again, it's putting you on the spot.
Yeah.
So admittedly, your answer might not be 100%, full knowledge, that you can look back on and say, man, I wonder what they're doing, or more so,
yeah.
I regret not maintaining a friendship with them.
Yeah.
There is.
My buddy Tracy, he was, we graduated together, and we kind of lost touch once we went to college, like, most people do.
Happens a lot.
And after college, strangely enough, he moved out to Michigan.
Okay.
Because he went to Northwood University and
Yep.
he got a job. Oh wait, no, I think he was just out here for school. He might have worked out here for a little while, but then moved back to New Jersey. By that point, I wasn't living in that area anymore. We lost touch. He ended up marrying a woman that he met here in Michigan.
Okay.
They moved back to New Jersey.
When was that time? When did he move? Now, when he moved back to New Jersey, were you already here?
No.
Okay.
It was before I moved here, but it was after. I wasn't living in the same area anymore.
I was about to imply that maybe he got wind you were headed
That I was going this way?
and he decided time to get out of Dodge.
He now lives in Michigan.
Again.
He moved back, yeah.
Boy.
He's working for one of the auto manufacturers.
Pick a state and stay there, for God's sake.
Yeah, don't better yourself. Stay in one spot forever.
Wanderlust is meant for, 19-year-olds. Grow up.
So he now lives out here.
Okay.
On the other side of the state. And
you were able to visit, if I remember right. Wasn't there a story you were able to visit with this person in the last year or so?
No, I haven't seen him.
Oh, okay, you haven't.
No, I think he just recently moved back.
Okay.
The last
I
6
apologize,
months.
Yep.
But yeah, that was somebody I wish I would have kept in touch with, and we've
communicated.
messaged back and forth a couple times on Facebook because he comes over to this side of the state once or twice a month for work. So there's the tentative plans out there that we're gonna get together for lunch one day.
It doesn't intimidate you? The idea of
Intimidate me?
Well, maybe an incorrect use of the word, but the idea that you, Tracy, are going to meet on a Thursday night, whatever, you're on vacation, going to meet at a bar, just the two of you.
Yeah.
That doesn't concern you, that you would it would be uncomfortable for a little bit?
Not at all.
Okay. You think you'd fall right back into...
I think it would be great to find out what he's been up to, reminisce about old times, and I think I'd really enjoy it. We did that back in December when we were back in New Jersey for my mom's birthday. We got together with a friend of mine, one of my earliest childhood friends, who I hadn't seen in probably almost 20 years. And I randomly, every now and then...
What do you recap Red Rover?
Oh, we recap everything, man.
Okay.
Every now and then, his name would pop in my head, and I'd be like, man, I wonder what he's up to.
Yeah.
But he was just somebody who has a pretty common name, and I could not find him on Facebook anywhere, which is kind of the first go-to.
Yeah.
And looked for him on Facebook, couldn't find him, just did generic Google searches, looking up, because I knew where he went to. I knew the high school he went to because we didn't go to the same high school. So I looked up his high school. Maybe there was some kind of alumni directory. Nothing.
Right.
So I knew that his dad was an architect and had his own firm. So on a whim one day, first of all, the one thing I tried to do, I tried calling his...
the phone number that you remembered?
Yeah. Tried calling his childhood home.
Yep.
And number was disconnected.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm just going to look up his dad's architecture firm, see if he's still in business.
Be sent him a message.
So I went to the contact page on the website, and I said, hey, Mr. Johnson, you may not remember me, but I was good friends with your son. I haven't talked to him in years.
Sure.
I was just hoping to get in touch with him. It would be great to catch up. And in the back of my mind, there's always that fear, he died 10 years ago.
And you don't know.
And I don't know.
This is the possible Jack situation.
Yeah, exactly. So I send the message. No more than 5 minutes later, I get a message back from my friend who...
Oh, business is miserable in at the architecture firm. That guy's just sitting there waiting for an inquiry.
Yeah. He just started working for his dad, and he's the one that like, it just went to a generic contact us at blah, blah, blah.com.
So he's... Okay, wow.
It went to him, and he's like, holy crap, this just showed up in my inbox. And
what a crazy email to get.
Yeah.
You know,
and but we've been in great contact ever since.
Oh, nice.
And that was almost a year ago.
And now he's out here?
No,
this is the childhood friend that you met. Okay, that's right. That's right. Look at you. Rekindling old friendships. Boy, maybe we are closer to a Ray connection than we all thought once before.
Boy. Don't know about that. Don't know about that because of the incident.
Again, listen, I think that's great. I did... the only time I've had an inkling to do that, and it was, listen, it was my childhood best friend, lived like a street and like 1 block over. I had to cut through a park, whatever. Hung out all the time, went to elementary school together, and it's one of those, I moved in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's one of those, you're in 3rd grade. Oh, our parents will keep us in touch. No.
How far did you move? I thought that...
15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Different school district, though, obviously,
Gotcha.
so you change school, whatever. And it's just, whatever, it happens. I had felt, like, years later, like, man, I wonder what he's up to. Found his name on social media. Never friended him or anything. It may even been before that, so maybe I'm projecting what I thought happened. Never interacted with him again until I saw his name on the news. Passed away from a heroin overdose. Yeah. So maybe it's that fear, Steve, that I don't want to seek out anybody.
Probably not getting together for a beer.
Yeah, maybe. Listen, I would agree that I
kind of wish that we had told our stories in the opposite order.
Yeah, boy, we could have ended that on an uplifter, huh?
We could edit this.
You just want to get out of here. It's probably, let's just hit the music. Died of a heroin overdose.
Yeah.
His name was Matt.
R.I.P. Matt.
We're friends. He's dead now.
Yeah. Probably because of the heroin.
Apartment complex right down the road, too. Just found in a car.
Oh, boy.
It's true. It's really sad. Actually, I didn't bring it up now. It's going to bum me out the rest of the weekend. Hang on. This is what we got to do. Hang on. Just joke of the day.
Oh, good. Yeah, we haven't done this in a while.
Gotta get this, and it doesn't happen often, so I don't think it's like a us problem. You know, sometimes our episodes just end on a real bummer.
And on the morbid.
All right, daily jokes.
Okay.
Can't say that one. I have to bleep that one. It's like the joke of the day. Man, oh man. What do you call a company that replants fields of grass using crop duster airplanes?
Oh, boy, I don't know, but I can't wait for this answer.
A reseeding airline. Woo! But this episode was markedly different than the one we did Thursday.
Well, for one, we were able to finish it. As long as the power doesn't go out in the next, minute.
What happened on Thursday, we actually covered a decent amount of, again, can you give just the bullet points that you took down for Thursday's episode so people know what they missed out on, Steve?
Yeah, I think that we covered a lot of the same stuff. We didn't get to something we had done the other day was the results of our social media polls from last week.
Tease the A bit next week.
Oh, yeah, the results of our social media polls from last week. Yeah.
Which are now 2 weeks.
Yeah. And your boxing class.
We didn't even touch on that on Thursday.
Didn't even touch on that.
There was another. Wasn't there
That's
another
right.
item?
Kyle is becoming a boxer. Oh, and of course the tribute Twitter account.
We did get to that. We got a lot. Boy, jam-packed A-bit next week on the Steve and Kyle podcast.
Can't wait.
Stay tuned. What will get bumped to the B-bit?
Again,
also, list of the week.
Next week's episode recorded by a generator.
Nobody will know. This is something for ourselves, apparently.
You might just hear a very slight.
We've got such hot bits coming in coming weeks as Steve tries apple cider again. That's coming up.
Oh, boy, you can call or text your questions, comments, or concerns 424-30-SK-POD, 424-307-5763.
Does anybody listen to this?
I don't know. On all social media, at Steve and Kyle. If you haven't, check out the video of our just complete sadness.
It's very sad. I would argue it's sadder than the end of this episode.
Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Steve and Kyle. Talk to you at some point down the road.
Any day now, baby girl Steve on the way.
For 100 years, Berger Chevrolet has been part of the West Michigan community, proudly serving your automotive needs since 1925. Whether you're buying a new vehicle or scheduling vehicle service, need replacement parts or collision repair, the team at Berger is here for you. Come to Berger and find out why Chevrolet is West Michigan's top-selling brand. Visit us at the corner of 28th Street and Breton Road in Grand Rapids. Built on a century of trust, it's always better at Berger. Start shopping online at bergerchevy.com.
Marketing is hard. But I'll tell you a little secret. It doesn't have to be. Let me point something out. You're listening to a podcast right now, and it's great. You love the host. You seek it out and download it. You listen to it while driving, working out, cooking, even going to the bathroom. Podcasts are a pretty close companion. And this is a podcast ad. Did I get your attention? You can reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a pre-produced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience in their favorite podcasts with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com, that's Libsyn ads.com today.